we'll start. A very hearty good afternoon to everyone. Friends, on behalf of Dhenkanal Science Centre, a unit of National Council of Science Museums, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, I welcome all our viewers and followers. At the outset, I welcome our today's resource person, Dr. Dhaneswar Sahoo sir. Friends, as you all know, today we are celebrating World Earth Day. It's known as even International Mother Earth Day. Countries from all across the globe have come together to create more awareness about the dire need to protect our environment, our Mother Earth. This day especially focuses on global climate crisis that is worsening with each passing day. This has threatened the livelihood of people, species, and ecosystems. Today, through this program, we appeal to all our viewers and followers to come together and act to make positive and sustainable changes to protect our Mother Earth that we all live on. Several things are to be addressed. So today we have with us Dhaneswar sir. Dhaneswar sir is quite popular in Odisha. He has graduated in philosophy in the year 1971 and from Ravensa College, the then Ravensa College, nowadays it's university. He did his post-graduation in philosophy in 1973 from Utkal University, Banivihar, Bhubaneswar. He secured the first position and was a gold medalist in Utkal University in MA in 1973 and started his academic career in 1974 from Government College, Fulwani. And he has worked as a HOD in Department of Philosophy in the renowned Bakshi Jagabandhu College, Bhubaneswar. He has published, authored almost more than 25 books in Odia and English. A long list is there. I am not going to name all those. And he is a prominent columnist in Samaj, Sambad, Pragativadi. These are the all leading newspapers in Odisha. And besides that, sir has received several awards. Odisha Sahitya Academic Award for book Sanskriti O Sarvodaya. In 2014, also received Periyar International Award. In 2017, received a Lifetime Achievement for Senior Citizens by Government of Odisha. Several awards are there. And in the year 2019, also received the Panini Award. And sir is also active in social media because I am a strong follower of him. I see the posts in social media pages in his Facebook. So Dhaneswar sir is with us today. We are really privileged to have such a luminary with us today. I'm sure his deliberations will enlighten all of us. And this year's theme is invest in our planet. So what should we invest to make a sustainable life on this planet Earth? Sir will enlighten us. So I won't take much time. Now, Dhaneswar sir, hearty welcome once again, and please take over. Uh, Now the platform is yours. Dhaneswar sir, please.
Namaskar to all. Honorable Director, Science Centre, Dhenkanal, and all other eminent personalities and eminent students who have participated in this deliberation. At the outset, I am thankful to the Director, Science Centre, Dhenkanal, for inviting me to share my ideas with all of you. Today, as we all know, is the world. Today is the World Earth Day. Uh, 2 days are very significant in this respect, and the World Environment Day that is also observed on 5th June. So all over the world there is an awareness that our Mother Earth, our planet, is in danger, or it is going to face some crisis in future, and the coming generations will be facing a lot of problems in future unless we take precaution to save our Mother Earth and to have our environment intact. So a lot of problems have arisen within this century, and that creates a threat to our very existence, the existence of human species on earth. We have to remember that if our world exists, if our earth exists, then we will exist. Our survival and our existence depends on the existence of the earth. But after the Second World War, lot of problems have arisen, and that create a threat to our very existence. Of course, when we speak of the earth, we mean our the human world, the animal world, and all the things that exist on this earth, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, our water sources, the soil, all these things constitute our earth. And when we speak of environment, usually we mean that there are some changes that take place in nature in different parts. So our environment changes. It is not fixed and it is not same in all the places throughout the earth. And as far as our experience goes, we know that changes are taking place in the environment. There is there is a different environment when man had no knowledge of agriculture. After knowing agriculture, there must have occurred a lot of changes in the environment. Similarly, after the Industrial Revolution, a lot of changes have occurred in our environment, but they are not creating any threat to our existence. But within these 50 years, there is a great apprehension that our earth is in peril, is in danger. And if this process goes on, if this process continues, a time may come in future when the earth will not be a fit place for human habitation. Not only for human habitation, it will not be a fit place for the existence of the animal, any animal in this world. There will be a great destruction or devastation. So, an awareness has been created all over the world how to protect our Mother Earth. In this context, I submit that a great philosopher, namely Paul Kurz, had developed a concept. He calls it planetary humanism. Earth is the only planet which has been inhabited by living beings. We have a civilization. So far human knowledge goes, there is no civilization in any part of the world. In any part of our planet. In our solar system, there are different planets. Earth is the only planet which has been inhabited by living beings and where there is human civilization. In no other planet there is human civilization. So it is our moral responsibility to see that human civilization continues for all times to come and it is not destroyed at any phase of time. But what are the dangers, possible dangers that we think of, that we conceive? We know within these few decades or a few centuries, there is a great rise in population. In 1800, 1800, in 1800, the population of the earth was only 100 crores. And in 1900, population became 160 crores. And in 2000, human population increased to 600 crores. And now in 2021, it is perhaps more than 750 crores. So there is a substantial increase in human population within these few centuries. And to meet the necessity of this, the population, we want more food. So all over the world there has been a research how to increase the quantum of food so that people will not starve. At least all human beings or all human beings will get some food to nourish, to exist, because man cannot survive without food. So to increase the quantum of food grains, we use different fertilizers, chemical fertilizers mostly. We use pesticides. So use of pesticide, use of chemical fertilizers is spoiling, though it helps in the growth of our food grains, increase of our food grains, it is spoiling in some way or other this soil. So that is one of the major reasons that causes soil pollution, water pollution. And after the industrial revolution in Europe, all over the world, there is a lot of industries, big industries, and there is emission of carbon dioxide. And man has also invented different modes of communication. And because of this development in mode of communication, we use fossil fuel, petrol, coal, and in our homes, we are using gas, natural gas, and we are burning them every day. So, and particularly to generate electricity, we use thermal stations. We have established many thermal stations where every day tons of coals are being burned. And this emits a lot of carbon to our environment. And besides, with the idea of nationality, each nation is trying to become militarily powerful, and we very often destroy some natural uh, resources to create weapons of very dreadful weapons. And now we know how a war is going on between two European countries, and that is also causing a lot of harm to our environment. So our environment is always in a state of danger as it is becoming polluted day by day because of various factors. So industries have developed. We are using chemical fertilizers, pesticides. We burn fossil fuels, coal, petrol, etc. Then we are also entering into dreaded wars. So all these things cumulatively add to the erosion of our environment. That humanity is going to face such a crisis, that I remember a book that I had read some decades back, that is this Silent Spring, authored by Raquel Carson, a famous American biologist, and he was the perhaps, so to my knowledge, his book is a famous work, The Silent Spring. There he has shown how the natural environment and the equilibrium that was there in nature is getting destroyed day by day. And if this continues unabatedly, then a time may come in future when the animal world and human society will face great problems, and it may create threat to our very survival. And then another environmentalist who was the vice president of United States of America, Mr. A. Gore, he also got Nobel Prize for Peace his for his concern for the environment. His famous book, Earth in the Balance, that is also a very good treatise on the erosion of our environment, for which Mr. Gore was awarded a Nobel Prize. So, in this way, in the meanwhile, many books have been written by environmentalists, by other thinkers, those who are doing research in this field, how problem is going to how this problem has arisen and how this problem is going to affect human society as a whole. So we know we have a lot of progress, technological progress. We have a lot of technological advancement during a century, but at the same time, a lot of predicaments also have arisen. We know the Earth atmosphere, its temperature is gradually rising. As we call it, the global warming. So, as far as science goes, that in 200 years back, the average temperature of Earth environment was 13 degree. But within these 200 years, almost the Earth's temperature has increased 2 degrees. And this is also rising day by day. And there are a lot of reasons behind it, that the carbon, that is, there is emission of a carbon to the environment. So scientists have also found out the method that how much more carbon is being emitted during these centuries. And if that will further increase, then that will affect the ozone sphere. And if the ozone sphere is affected, then some very harmful rays will come to the earth, that is being absorbed there, that will come to earth's atmosphere. And if that happens, then there will be great health hazards on the part of all living beings here. So all these things, that the there is global warming, earth's temperature is rising, and whatever equilibrium was there in nature, that is gradually losing. And the diversity, the biodiversity that existed, and that biodiversity is also being seriously affected by these decades. And once it is badly affected, it will also affect our existence and our survival. And gradually we also we find, gradually we see that some animals are becoming extinct day by day. Some plants have already vanished from the environment. Their survival, they have become extinct. And similarly, some animals have also, their species have become extinct. And if this thing will continue, then the biodiversity and equilibrium which nature had maintained for millions of years will be badly affected, and that will be destroyed. So, and further, there is the glaciers in North Pole and South Pole, huge, that is ice. And if that will melt because of the rise of temperature, then some parts of the earth will be submerged by sea water. And most of the towns will also, which are situated on the bank of the seas, they will be underwater. And a lot of other problems will also arise. And particularly, there will be heavy rain in some places may turn desert, and many more natural calamities will occur. So all these things give us the idea that our future is in danger. Future of human society, future of human species will be in danger in future. And no single country can take this. It is a global problem. So there is global awareness and international concern for it. And there is change in weather, the rise, that there is a rise of sea, water level in the sea. The glaciers are supposed getting melt, will melt in expected they will melt in future.
Suresh Sahu,
Many natural calamities are expected to occur. So all these things will happen if the Earth's temperature will go on or will further increase. So consequent upon this, there is an international concern how to check the situation, how to find out solutions to the growing problems. It is true, our civilization cannot go backward. We cannot take our civilization to the primitive age or to the pre-industrial era. Civilization cannot go back to the pre-industrial era, but in the existing system and with the existing technology, how can we protect our environment so that it will not create great hazards in future? And right from 1972, there is a growing intellectual international concern for this, and a lot of many international summits have been held under the auspices of United Nations organization. To cite a few of them, we know in 1972 in Stockholm there was an international convention, international summit, where scientists from all parts of the world, national heads, prime ministers or presidents of different countries, they also participated. And so they discussed all these problems. And periodically, all the great leaders, scientists, environmentalists, they assemble in some country or other. And by this time, in every 5 years, and some such summit is being organized to discuss the crisis of humanity, the crisis of the environment. Now, there is a consensus that we'll try to limit the emission of carbon so that we can check the continuous rise of global warming. Because if the global warming will go on increasing further, it will create great hazards. So we now speak of sustainable development, that we don't want very big industries, we don't want very big dams and reservoirs, but let us try to find out such type of technology which will be eco-friendly, and let us try to have that type of fertilizer which will be eco-friendly. So all over the world there is a growing concern, growing awareness that we have to think of alternatives, and particularly every day we burn tons of coal to get electricity. We have to think of some alternative, how to generate electricity. We cannot go back to non-electricity era. I remember I belong to Bhubaneswar. That was the longest village, the largest village in our country once upon a time. Now it has become urban place. In my house, there was no electricity till I completed my post-graduation, MA, in my village, Bhubaneswar. But now, when I go to my village, to every nook and corner I find there is electricity in my village and in almost all parts of our state and in all parts of our country as well. But 50 years back, there is no electricity in most of the villages of Odisha, but we are managing. But now our children cannot think of a day
Yes.
without electricity.
Correct.
So we have to think of how to get. We cannot go back to post electricity era. So we need electricity. That is a basic requirement of our life nowadays. But how to generate electricity from some other source? So intensive research is going on in different fields to generate power in other fields. And in particularly in our state, Odisha, and in India as a whole, we have lot of traditions. We believe in our culture, tradition. So we are also indirectly destroying our environment for our religious beliefs. Now, once upon a time, the car festival Rath Yatra was confined to Puri. Ganesh Puja was restricted to Maharashtra. Durga Puja was only being observed in Bengal. Deepavali was restricted to a particular community, mostly in Rajasthan. But now these have become national festivals. And for Rath Yatra, every year thousands of trees are being cut. And we are also polluting water by immersing the deities, Ganesh Puja, Saraswati Puja, Kali Puja, this Puja, that Puja, and we are using some chemical colors and we are throwing them to rivers and to ponds and creating water pollution. And in particularly our state, sound pollution. For in most of the religious places, there will be the mic, they will be speaking in the with great decibel, and it has a bad effect, but we are not concerned about it. So we are trying to spoil our water resources. Our soil is getting salty day by day. There is also air pollution. So pollution is getting increased day by day because of so many reasons, so many causes. And if pollution will go on in this way, then perhaps our earth will be in great peril and great danger. So I'm a student of philosophy, and in philosophy there are some theories, environmental theories. Once upon a time, there was the homocentric view. According to this view, that man is primary, everything exists only for the happiness and well-being of man. That is called the homocentric theory. And then, but that idea has been changed. Now we speak of a biocentric worldview. By biocentric worldview means, as we have the right to live, so also the other animals, other species of animals, they have also right to live. They have also right to, they have their own right of survival. We cannot kill them. So, and further it is expanded to the geocentric worldview, that even the inanimate things, not only the animal world, even we have no right to destroy the mountains. We have no right to destroy the hills and mountains. They are also a part of our environment. But because of the modern mode of communication, we have to cut the mountains, we have to cut the hills so that a train line will pass. So we have to become very careful on this matter. So all these things we are trying to see that our environment is not polluted and our environment is not eroded further, so that we will be able to survive, and our survival depends upon the survival of our earth. So unless our earth survives, we can't survive. So it is our moral responsibility to see that
सर उनकी
our
मैसेज दियो वीडियो बंद
environment
करो
is not polluted anymore, or at least we will try to check pollution, and we will try to see that our mother earth remains and nourishes us, and because without the mother earth we can't survive, and that we call the planetary humanism. Humanism means that I should be loyal, I should be helpful, I should be sympathetic to human society. At the same time, I must see that my earth also survives, the world also survives. So our concern, humanistic concern, must extend to the whole of the world, to the whole of our earth. That is the basic idea of planetary humanism, because our planet is the only planet where there is civilization. No other planet in our solar system has a civilization. So it is our moral duty to see that the future generations will also be there, and humanity will continue. An individual will die. Every individual is mortal, but humanity must survive. That is the basic message, basic necessity nowadays. So we consider to how to protect our earth. Friends, you have given me this an opportunity and a privilege to share my ideas with you. So I thank you all for giving me a patient hearing. Namaskar.
Thanks a lot, sir. It was very short and sweet, that too very specific. Because we are celebrating Earth Day, invest in our planet was the theme. And within this short span of time, you have very clearly elaborated the uses of chemical fertilizers, even pesticides, this industrial revolution, and even whatever we are talking about, that electricity. Till your post graduation, you didn't have electricity in your village, but nowadays we can't even think of without electricity. Our day-to-day activities can smooth. During this pandemic, also online teaching, each and everything has its advantage as well as disadvantage. Thank you lot. Thanks a lot, sir. And very nicely you have elaborated the global warming, the glaciers. If the glacier starts melting, even most of the even prominent cities in our India, also Mumbai is there. Means it will be submerged because of water rise. So as normally, if you organize offline programs, it will reach to a limited audience. And this lecture was live in our social media pages, and as well in our NCS, National Council of Science Museum pages also. And I'm sure it will reach to a larger section of the society. The message which you have communicated, it will definitely reach to a larger section, and it will have definitely positive impact. Thanks a lot, sir, on behalf of the family of Dhenkanal Science Centre, the unit of National Council of Science Museums, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. I wholeheartedly thank you for sparing your valuable time and enlightening us. Thank you. We'll end this session here. Again, in some future programs. Nowadays, the pandemic is almost over. let us see, and we'll organize some offline programs where you can directly interact with the students community, because students, they are the future of our nation, and it will have more impact even. Thank you lot. Thanks a lot, sir, and we'll meet again. I'll end the session.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you
Namaskar.
all. I thank all our viewers and those who have, because it was live streamed, it was not a webinar, so that more participants we didn't allow. Nowadays, what happens, students, some interruption arises during that lecture, that we have streamlined it. Thanks a lot, sir. Once again, thanks to all, and I'll end the session. Thank you all.